I even have to look it up, Dawn Stiles, I think. She was part of this group, this picture here, they're called Students in Free Enterprise. And it was a group that my dad headed up, and they would do a project and compete every year, and their project centered around education and development in Jamaica. But so I asked her to write because he was also very close to her and very close to her family, and I wanted to talk about, you know, again, sort of his mentoring. And Dawn wanted to be here, but her one of her best friend's daughter is fighting cancer, and she's there in the hospital helping with this little baby. And I think anybody who's fighting cancer right now, that's where they should be. So I wish that family the best of luck. I know that as tragic, as sad as this is, a baby fighting cancer it's heart-wrenching. So Dawn says, while I regret not being there with you all today, I'm honored to share some of my thoughts from my time with the man I will always call Dr. Vaden, first as a professor, then as my friend. Dr. Vaden was a larger-than-life figure in the halls of Indiana University at Kokomo. As a young girl from a town of 2,000 in northern Indiana, I can say without exaggeration that Dr. Vaden changed the trajectory of my life. To sit in one of his classes was to be challenged, to approach situations differently, dream big and aim high. Well, it sounds cliche, it's simply the truth. Through his lectures, he transported us out of our small town in Indiana to contemplate global issues and our place in this world. That same approach was evident in his work as a faculty advisor for the SIFE program, which is this program. SIFE's mission was for students to make a difference in the community by empowering people of all ages through business and life skills training. We then competed annually against the hundreds of other SIFE teams at colleges and universities across the country. When Dr. Vaden first began working with the team, our community footprint was small in the most generous terms, and we certainly hadn't won at any of the competitions. One day we were brainstorming ideas for the following year when Dr. Vaden announced we need to go international. For a group of students, most of us from central Indiana, he might as well have said we need to go to the moon. We had a vision. He had a vision much larger than any of us had for ourselves. As a result of that bold statement, Dr. Vaden guided us on a life-changing trip to Jamaica to provide humanitarian aid and curriculum development for a school of orphans. This is just one of the many examples of how he helped us think bigger, believe we could actually achieve these seemingly larger-than-life goals, and then he prepared us with tools we needed to reach our full potential. His coaching helped us start winning at SIFE, and his selfless investment in each of us personally equipped us to keep winning in life. Well, I can't remember exactly any of his lectures or topics he covered, except for the direct order to vote Democratic. His philosophy on life personified through his classes, and our SIFE advisor is still something I carry with me today. His spirit is too bright to be dimmed by his passing. Indeed, it is alive in the countless students he influenced over the years. My life will forever be better because I carry his spirit and ideals with me. I was lucky to be a student, but over the years he became an extended member of our family. One afternoon on campus, I was leaving a SIFE meeting on my way to drive about 30 minutes back to the parents' house for a family dinner. I asked if he wanted to come home with me for a home-cooked meal. I didn't know him all that well, and at the time, I didn't know him all that well at the time, so I didn't know exactly expect him to say yes, but he did. As I got to know him better over the years, I look back realizing he would have said yes to a home-cooked meal even if it was a 3-hour drive. So I took Dr. Vaden home with me to meet my mom, a teacher, and my dad, a minister. Dinner was going well until Dr. Vaden confidently proclaimed my mom's cooking to be exceptional, and then without humor or sarcasm asked my mom to marry him should anything happen to my dad. After that, he added, God forbid. But no one at the table felt the sentiment was genuine. Even after that, my mom shipped Dr. Vaden homemade cookies. He sent my mom a beautiful poinsettia at Christmas. And my dad wondered if, in fact, Dr. Vaden was joking. Dr. Vaden challenged me to be more, dream bigger, and never settle. I can't help but think of how many of his students like me are living better lives, inspiring more people, and are proud of all that they've accomplished because Dr. Vaden was their professor and mentor. College is a time for young students to learn who they are, what they can contribute to the world, and how to make an impact. One can only hope that they have the opportunity to encounter such a teacher and mentor and friend through that transformative time. Dr. Vaden was that for me, and I imagine countless others before and after me. I will miss his raspy voice on the other end of the phone, his challenging questions when he thought I needed to reach higher, and his stories from an extraordinary life lived. Thank you, Dr. Vaden, for inspiring me and so many other students to live lives that matter. Your spirit lives on through us, through those of us lucky enough to have learned from you.